Alright, what's up guys, this is Spooky, and this is the third and last of my videos today from the special Capcom closed event where I got to try out some of their Tokyo Game Show demos. This one is showing off a bit of what they've got with the new Ace Attorney Trilogy. This is based on the Apollo Justice trio of games. So this one has the first Apollo Justice, it has Dual Destinies, and then it has the third Apollo Justice game, which is the Spirit of Justice game. And all three of them have a very cool storyline. The first game in this series is technically not my favorite because it has a storyline involving Phoenix Wright being disbarred. And during this whole part where he's disbarred, he ends up taking on a new attorney to help take on the Wright Co law offices while he's unable to do anything. And so the one he chooses is a new lawyer, Apollo Justice. And shouts to young Apollo for really taking up the mantle in this fourth game because he is really for real. He's the one that does the heavy lifting throughout most of this game. And Apollo has a unique power that helps him out during the courtroom cases, which is that he has the ability to see tells of people and witnesses, and he can kind of tell when someone is lying. He can't tell necessarily what they're lying about or why they're lying, but whenever someone is really lying, even if it's not very blatant, even if it's just like a subtle lie, he has a very good ability for telling when you can lie. And of course that for him is going to be extremely helpful during these court cases throughout the game. Now, I would find that a lot of fans of Phoenix Wright probably have already played this trilogy because, most of us Phoenix Wright lovers, we kind of go through the whole games. So you may have already experienced these games in the past, but if you want to relive through them, I find that the upscale graphics are really amazing, and they also have a museum in the game of various cool artworks and things that you can see. Some of it is very spoilerific, by the way, so if you first get the game and you try it out, don't go into that museum until you know what's going on, trust me, because you're going to see things that you don't want to see. But that being said, it's very fun. If you've never played Phoenix Wright before, I'll tell you a little bit about it. But basically, this is a courtroom drama, story-driven series. The idea is that you have to defend, a defendant each game from, just anything crazy. Most of the time, it's murder trials, and you're gathering evidence to try to, discover the truth and find out what's really happening. In the first game of this trilogy, as I mentioned, Phoenix Wright, who was the main character of the original Ace Attorney trilogy, is disbarred, and he has a new lawyer, Apollo Justice, take up the mantle. And the way that Apollo Justice has to solve these cases is through cross-examining witness testimony, like Phoenix's own testimony in this first case. Finding evidence, asking questions, and sometimes unlocking things through lies. People like to lie sometimes, and he has to uncover the truth that way. So it's very interesting, and I think that the first game, if you never played the series, this is actually not a very bad jump-off point. Some of the things will be missed in this one, but if you for real have never played a single Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney game, and this is the first one that you try, I think that you'll still greatly enjoy it and have a very good time. Now, the second game of the series, Dual Destinies, I want to give a particular call out to this game because although many Phoenix Wright fans really love the original trilogy and especially game number 3 in the trilogy, which really has a nice conclusion to the whole Fae Clan saga, this game, I really loved a lot of the themes in this game. So, Dual Destinies, the theme of this game is basically the dark age of the law, and you have ridiculous things like in this opening sequence there's legitimately a courtroom bombing. You have corrupt policemen and people presenting false evidence and all types of stuff. And so Phoenix Wright, you as a character, you along with Apollo and the new character Athena, who's one of my favorites of the entire series, the three of you are kind of waiting this entire chaos of what's happening, the dark age of the law, and the three of you have to somehow wade through all that and make people trust the police and make people trust lawyers again and make people trust in general the justice system. So I find that it's a very dramatic storyline and very touching. There's so many moments of betrayal and times where you really can't tell what's going on. And even this beginning story, I mentioned how Apollo has a very unique power with the ability to tell when people are lying. Well, guess what? He gets hurt at the very beginning of this game, and because of that, he can't even use his power to tell when people are lying or not. So think about how dramatic that is. You got Apollo, who's all hurt, and he's here to defend at the beginning one of his own friends that's accused of this crazy courtroom bombing. Athena is one of my favorites too, and you can see a little bit of what she's like here. But her thing is that she has the ability to kind of read the emotions of witnesses, and she can sometimes, based on that and based on their emotional state, she can get a good idea of what they might be thinking. This one is the introduction to the first case here. You saw a little bit of the preceding, but really crazy. This for real is the intro case to this game, which gives you an idea of how high the stakes are. Just thinking about the idea of this courtroom getting bombed and people having to escape in the middle of it just because this guy, Lord knows what he was trying to do. As far as you know, right? Was he trying to destroy evidence, or was he trying to just get people out of there? Who even knows? Anyway, pretty nutty and really crazy. One more thing that I do want to show you in a second is the really incredible modeling and upscaling that they've done to some of the sprites. So let me skip ahead to that for you guys. Anyway, here in this section, you're able to see some of the updated modeling, and really it's phenomenal to see how cool this upscaling looks. You can see the cool models from the 3D game of Athena, the 3D model of Phoenix. Apollo's got a 3D model. The judge has a 3D model now, and not the old school style 2D models they had on GBA. Of course, you got Winston Payne and all the famous lawyers and witnesses too, that all have a very cool sprite like look to them. It makes the objection sequences very cool and stylish, and it really adds a little bit to that feel and that vibe. I love this rival school style art, and I'm happy to see it still at work. Anyway, once again, guys, this was a little bit of a demo of the new Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. It's the Apollo Justice Trilogy, in fact, so it's games 4, 5, and 6 in the series. I hope that you guys will enjoy it. If you've already tried the Great Ace Attorney, or you've tried the Great Ace Attorney, or you've tried some of the other games in this upscale series, then you already know what to expect. But if you have not played these 3 games in this series, and you played the original trilogy, whether it was on 3DS or through the upscales or whatever else, then really I recommend that you guys give this a try. My only thing that I really wish for is that I really wish that whenever they do these upscales of each game, it would be really awesome if they added some new cases. One of the things I love the most about the original DS Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney was they added that case number 5, and that case, if you guys remember, it features Lana Skye and Emma Skye, and in fact Emma Skye goes on to be an important detective character throughout the later part of the series, right? But it would have been great if for some of the other games they had done that too. Maybe not Great Ace Attorney, because that one was pretty recent, but it would have been awesome in Dual Destinies to have like a case that was like a case that happened that you didn't really see in the original game, but that was like another storyline or something like that. So that's one of the things that I do wish for, and maybe down the line we'll get something like that, or maybe we'll get a new game. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, everybody, give it a try if you love these story-driven Phoenix Wright games, then you got to give this one a try, especially on the back of Ghost Trick. If you also tried Ghost Trick and you like that one, it's the same scenario writer, Shu Takumi, and you'll really love his work. Again, Dual Destiny is my favorite. I love this whole dramatic Dark Age of the Law scenario, especially the start with the courtroom bombing. It's really one of my favorite storylines. Hope you guys will enjoy it too. Anyway, thanks for checking out all the TGS footage here on the channel, everybody. Thanks for the love. Don't forget to follow, and I'll talk to you all soon. Also, don't forget to look out for CEO Taku this weekend. I'll be streaming. It should be really hype. Y'all have a beautiful day, everybody, and enjoy yourselves. Take care.